Hello, CRSM. Very good afternoon. This is the month of July, very exciting month because we are halfway in this year 2015. We finished half and we have to finish the rest of the half. And it's been an amazing journey so far in our Christian walk with God and in our human walk with people and in our relationships. I just want to encourage you for a few minutes for this whole month so that we can learn something, apply something, and supply something to the people from the Bible that we are going to meditate. You know, in Matthew chapter 5, verse 13 to 16, Jesus was speaking on the Sermon on the Mount. He taught few amazing things. In this verses from 13 to 16, he talks about two important things. One is salt and one is light. And he tells that you are the salt of the earth and you are the light of the world. And these two things are so important because he applies these two things to the Christian life. Christian living is based on our relationship with God and our walk with God. And comparing this Christian life with salt and light shows a very significant meaning which we can apply in our lives and live for God in this month of July. You know, salt is something inside. When you mix it in the curry, it's inside, it's not visible. It's not visible. When you buy it, it's visible, but when you use it, it's not visible. You know, Christian life is something inward like salt. Our living should be inward. What makes a Christian unique? Unique from everything else in this world. Everything else in this world. And anybody else in this world. What makes a Christian unique is what we got inside, not outside. What we have inside of us makes us live a unique life. It makes our belief system a unique belief system. You know, it all matters on how much we are living inwardly. Christian life is an inward living. That's what God tries to teach us an example by telling about salt. You are the salt of the earth. If it is thrown, it's of no use. That's the first thing. First thing in Christian life is the inward living. And the second thing, God talks about the light, which is not an inward thing, but when the light is on, it glows. It goes out. It goes out. So Christian life and Christian living is an outward living. We try to get mixed up with the inward living and an outward living, and we mix up salt as an outward living and light as an inward thing. We mess up our Christian life. My dear friends, you know, we need to shine like light outwardly. What we do, what we say, the way we think, the way we act, the way we react shows our outward behavior. And the third thing that God is talking about is that you would not put this light under a bed. You don't put the light under a basket, but on the lampstand that it gives light. And the city that is on the hill cannot be hidden. You know, you need to go up the hill always. A city that is on the hill cannot be hidden. As a city that is on a hill cannot be hidden, and people will go up to the city, and that city will shine forever, and its name will be going forward forever. In the same way, a Christian life is a life that you always need to go forward. Forward living. We can't turn back. Once we are committed into Christ, once we have given our lives for the Christ, we need to live it and fight it out and win and go forward in our Christian life. My dear friend, there is no giving up, no turning back. The last one which we see that if we do all this, one is the inward living, one is outward living, and the other one, we always be a Christian who has a forward living, always going forward. If we do these three, the most important thing that happens is, the verse 16 that it says, that Jesus says, is that let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. When we do all these three, when we practice all these three, the name of our God will be glorified. It's an upward glorification. Our God's name will be glorified. And the key to all this is the inward living. If you don't have something inside of you, you can't give it out. You can't give it out, my dear friends. We try to give out so much but not having inside, with a dryness and an emptiness. With an emptiness in our hearts, we can't fill somebody's emptiness. So, I'm talking to believers. I'm talking to people who know Christ this afternoon, that in this month of July, let us try to be a Christian like salt and light of this earth. I know you might have heard a lot of messages about salt and light, but my message to you this afternoon is to have something inside of us like salt and shine like light outside, that is outward living. In our outward living, let us shine, and in our Christian walk, let us always go forward. Let us be a Christian who always walks forward, so that the name of our God will be glorified. That was the upward living. Friends, let us practice this whole month, because I heard one of my teachers telling me one day, a professor in Oral Roberts University said, ounce of practice is better than tons of theory. Ounce of practice is better than tons of theory. My friends, Jesus lived it in this earth. When he was on this earth 2000 years back, he lived a life like this. He lived in holiness. He demands holiness from you and me. My dear friends, nothing is impossible with Christ. Jesus died on the cross and he rose again, that you and me can have a stronger inward living, a stronger outward living, a stronger forward living, and a stronger glorifying upward living. May God help us to practice these 4 things in this month and glorify His name. God bless you all. Amen.